Bomb threat, man. Bomb threat.
It was 11 out of 10 stressful, and I think they even didn't they have a remote control car go over to it and sniff it and. Okay, welcome back to Tribe, or Whistling Dixie, as we call him, Mr. Marcus Flack and Mr. Zach Blass. We are talking about some funny behind-the-scenes stuff that never made it to the screen, stories that have never been told before. We can't talk about the time, Marcus, that we took a suitcase into the pit lane of the Monaco Grand Prix.
We can't.
Place suspended by 10 minutes. We can't. We're already told that.
That was in our anniversary video.
No,
we didn't tell it.
We never told that. The only time I've told that is at the live studio opening in Melbourne.
Never that wasn't in the video.
Okay, let's kick off. This is stuff you don't know about videos you've seen, and Marcus has a cracker. Let's go back to Mr. Man-Boob McCutcheon in 2016.
Okay, let me. I'm about to drop a bomb on you.
No,
okay.
Stop, Marcus. That's a bad joke.
All right, no,
Too soon.
Okay, no, I'm gonna try and fast track this story because I can really expand on this, and it's a fantastic story, and it's something I'll never ever forget. Okay, so probably 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 years ago or something like that, Andrew and I were at Monaco Grand Prix, and we were there with TAG Heuer, and there was an open pit lane just before the Grand Prix, and all of the VIP people could go into the pit lane and watch all of the crews do their stuff, get up close and personal, and there's drivers in there, and there's everyone, all the who's who of everyone. And so Andrew and I were like, yeah, cool, let's do a video in the pit lane. And I said, okay, great. So I had my camera bag full of all my gear, and I also had my handheld camera, and it was packed in this pit lane. And then I didn't want Andrew carrying my camera bag while he presents to camera, because I said, let's do this walking and talking, darting in and out of people. It's going to be great, really vibrant and vibey. So I was looking around and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put my camera bag behind that bin over there on pit lane.
Who will know? Who will see that?
Bad idea. So we go off, we do our piece to camera, and it was fantastic. You can see like clips from it here, which I'll cut to, and it was awesome. Anyway, we finished doing this piece to camera, and we said, okay, cool, we better go back now. And we started making our way back to where I'd left the bag, and all of a sudden we couldn't get through. It was really heaving, packed with people, and there was just like, no, can't get through. And we could sort of see over the top, there's this big clearing. A huge clearing of people or of no people in this section. And then it was like, you know, when you like those, it takes like a microsecond and you realize it's your fault.
It's you, dude. It's you.
And
it's
then
your bag.
I think it could be me. I think it could be what I've done. And then I sort of squeezed past through, and I had my camera still, and I'm just like, hey man, and there's the security guards, like just probably by that stage there was 10 security guards. Yeah. And I thought, right, okay, I've just got to bail one up. So I was like, oh, excuse me, is there a bag over there? And they're like, what do you know about a bag over there? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Because at this point, Lewis Hamilton had done a pit walk and couldn't get back to Mercedes. And he's standing there with us with all these people, and they're like, we need to get back to the car.
Yeah. And in that that's got everything, all of my camera stuff and all of, like, you know, hard drives, everything. Like, it was just like, dude, really, really silly idea that I had. I started playing the Aussie card. Oh, I'm just a stupid Australian, and I'm just here. We're just shooting some things, and I just thought, you know, and I just put it there, and they're just like, no, stay back, get back. And there's more and more security guards. I reckon by the time they finished gathering, there was about 25 security guards, big dudes. And I had to beg and plead and just play dumb, play stupid and whatever. And eventually the 2 other security guards came, and they could see, I think maybe this guy's telling the truth. Because I can tell you everything that's in the bag. It's just like, you're not going anywhere near the bag. They eventually, obviously the race was about to happen, and they had to make a call. Are we going to close the whole Grand Prix down? And I think it's bad. I'm like, we're going to jail. We're going to jail. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened or who radioed him or whatever, but obviously they in one hit, they're just like, here, get your bag, get the hell out of here, and I don't want to ever see you again. And then I looked at Andrew and I'm like, we must never speak to TAG Heuer about this ever. But now it's been like five plus years.
Some sort of NDA has just expired. It's like, now it's our favorite story.
Bomb threat, man. Bomb threat.
It was 11 out of 10 stressful. And I think didn't they have a little remote control car go over to it and sniff it? And
honestly, I was very, very nervous. And I really, but yeah, you know, when your head's just playing out all of the things which are about to happen.
Yeah. And none of them were good. None of them were good.
And then thinking about what's our conversation with TAG going to be now?
Yeah. Oh my God.
So anyway, there you go.
We live to survive.
Zach.
Yeah, I can go. So it's a biannual award show. It's called the Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards, and it's a really fun thing to attend because you get to get really close with a ton of not just celebrities, because of course we get to do that in the watch industry, but people who are in exciting films and movies that are of the moment, right? I mean, the people that are being celebrated are, as the name of the show suggests, behind the camera, but the people who present these awards are the ones that are in front of the camera. So it's Dakota Johnson, Javier Bardem, Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, it's a great roster of people. And when I'm on the red carpet, it's 90% your Vogue, Variety, and your more lifestyle publications, and then at the end, right before they can go inside, you've got your watch media. And we've got a bit of a challenge here, right? Because everybody else is really largely there to talk about the film and what these people are there to promote and talk about. We're watch people. And not only are we watch people, we're at a Hamilton Award show, so we can't, we can't talk about for example, with Monica Barbaro, we couldn't talk about IWC, right? Which, fair enough. But one thing I will never forget is there's an actor by the name of Jason Isaacs, which most people would recognize him as Draco Malfoy's father in the Harry Potter series. And so I'm talking with him and I'm asking him, if there's any sort of watch-related moments in his life or like when were watches sort of important to you. And he says to me, I actually used to sell watches. And as somebody who used to sell watches myself, I was like, oh, tell me more. And so he tells me this whole story, and I go, wait, let me pull up my phone so I can get it on camera.
You used to work in a jewelry shop.
I did, yeah.
What watches did you used to sell?
Whatever people would buy, but I had this policy that I invented, where I would only bring three. I'd look at my shoulder, I'd say, I'm only allowed to bring 3 out from the window, because people want to see 5.
Yeah.
And my experience as a salesman is that if you bring more than 3 of anything, people don't buy anything.
Really?
So I'd always bring 3 out. I'd look up my shoulder again, and I'd go, don't buy these ones, they always break, and I pick the most expensive one, and then the customers love me and trust me, and they'll buy one of the other 2.
That's great.
That is sales technique you're getting for free.
And I take my phone down, I hit stop recording, and I go, dude, that was perfect. I didn't say dude, but I was like, thank you, that was perfect. And he's like, that was good? And I said, yeah, no, that was great. Thank you so much for, that's really cool. I used to work in a boutique. He's like, oh, no, I never worked in a boutique. I just made that all up. And I'm like,
that's amazing.
I'm like, this is why you're a great actor, because you sold it. I had no doubt in my mind at the moment that he had worked in a.
You got punked.
I got totally punked.
Totally, you got Malfoyed. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you meet actors. You just never know what's true and what's a lie. My story, speaking of acting, is I have developed the ability to act on camera for Time and Tide as if I'm always fine and everything's good. I'm okay. You're okay. Let's go on this journey together. Marcus and I are some part of the world. Something's going on. We're in a beautiful place. Everyone's okay. There have been 2 times where I was not okay. And I was very, very, very not okay, but I had no option to show that on camera. Number 1, and you're going to know this video. If you're a fan, you're going to know this video. The Royal Oak offshore video that we shot with Raphael.
Yep.
I was so sick that I could not move without either vomiting or something else happening. It was a double front attack. It was horrendous. And I was in bed that morning, unable to get out of bed, just texting Marcus going, I can't move. Everyone, I said, and he's like, don't worry, dude, you'll come good. Just like, take another bit of time. I'm going to set the cameras up. So Marcus is setting up, and we're at Le Brassus at the AP manufacturer.
Yeah.
It's all lights, cameras, action. The whole brand has worked super hard to get us so that all the watches are ready, all the stuff. And I was so sick. So that was number one. And just rewatch that video with in your mind that I am acting like a normal human being, but I am a very, very unwell human being.
Can I add something to that? Can I add something before you get to number 2?
Sure.
Watch that video for sure, but more importantly, watch the Beauvais video. Now we did a thing on Beauvais, and Andrew did
same shoot.
Yep, same shoot, and we did this Beauvais. All of the pieces where Andrew's sitting on this couch for this Beauvais piece, because we shot this whole piece, and I knew we don't have it yet. We don't have it, and I need some connecting dots and things like that.
Oh, I love this video. By the way, this is a great video.
Now, here's the interesting part, and audience can chime in here. So Andrew does these pieces to camera, and they're wonderful, but it's because of his obviously super low energy.
Yes.
But the way he delivered these linking pieces and whatever was very, very authentic and very non-over the top and very just like, you know what? I'm just going to say what I think.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lay it on thick. And in actual fact, that story in my books is one of the really standout stories that Andrew and I've worked on. And I think it really was because of this energy level. So sometimes the key to this is sometimes that low energy.
I think if maybe there's a message out of it, Marcus, that you can channel just about any type of energy that you have on the day. And then, because I remember you saying when I did that, and remember I'd been fast asleep in a chair by the window for like 3 hours. Yeah. And then you'd sort of woken me up and said, we don't have it. I need you to do the whole story again. And we'd been shooting for 2 days. It was crazy. But you said, hey, you need to channel that energy more in future, because I believed you that time. And I've about the 500 other times. Yeah. So that's number one. And that is that they were on the same shoot. Number 2, you might remember a little video called the Omega Summer Blue Seamaster Collection video. I had bronchial pneumonia so badly that on an X-ray, my lungs, which are meant to be these lovely honeycombed white things on an X-ray, were covered in black spots and black big cells. And the doctor had said to me in the couple of days leading up to Mykonos, you are bedridden, sir. You are on the bench. You can do nothing, and you have to. You must recover. You are in a very bad way. So I just completely ignored his advice because we had a job to do. And that video was one of the most demanding memory exercises and detail exercises and instant recall, because we had only learned about the watches that morning. I had a little notebook in my hand, which is the only time I've ever been on camera with a notebook. I needed it for this because I needed some facts, some details. And with bronchial pneumonia, I powered through that. And then I think we just got on such a high from doing it that I just healed myself, just miraculously. The next day, we were shooting in the water, having a watch come out of the water.
That's right. Jumping.
So anyway,
that was such a beautiful location.
There's some behind-the-scenes moments that you are definitely not going to get any sense of from watching these full-time videos. And I just love, true, my energy generally is more up than it was on the Beauvais video. But, I think maybe part of this whole thing that we do is, again, having the confidence to lean into where you are on the day and telling a story from that place. Maybe that can help you with your life in some way. But, hey, tell us about the part. What should you tell us? What is the call to action?
Tell us about your favorite funny moments being at watch meetups, whether it's at the Time+Tide studio in Melbourne or at your local Red Bar. Like, what are some funny moments at watch events, things that you've noticed, caught? just let us know.
Memorable watch moment.
Yeah, memorable watch moment.
Yeah. Well, what video of ours do you want to know the behind the scenes of? Because of course things like the Omega MoonSwatch, I mean that was the obvious choice. That story was so crazy to do. From the cops. I mean, we've had a lot of cop moments over the years, Marcus. But lying on the street and telling the cops, no, we're just pretending to be homeless and we didn't drink these beers. There's so many stories.
Actually,
but
I drink. I drink those beers.
There were your beers.
We made it into the
Took them from the fridge.
There you go. So there's always stories, but we love telling them, and we love that you watch them and usually pick up on stuff and say, hey, what was happening here? So keep doing that. And you know what? We're going to see you in the next video.
All right.
Bye.